Coming up on the St. Joseph Mustangs Show, the regular season winding down, but one Mustangs pitcher making team history.
Every inning I was feeling better as the game went.
Plus, the Mustangs taking a break from the Mink League to play a traveling military squad. And there's plenty of events still to come at Phil Walsh Stadium this summer. Owner Kai Turner breaks it all down.
So part of the new experience for the molding. Yours, actually. Oh. And so we thought it was Yosemite Sam, but it was actually yours. You'll see the beard line.
These stories and more coming up on this week's edition of the St. Joseph Mustangs Show.
Slice to right. It's coming in. It's down. This game is over.
I'm ready to show my hand. Ready to take a stand. Wait on a sign above. And I am ready, ready. I'm ready to face the fire. Ready to walk the wire. Waiting for my king to come.
And with that, welcome into the St. Joseph Mustangs Show, sponsored by Alltech and First Student. I'm Chris Roush, and happy to be with you again this week. It's episode number 8. Hard to believe the season's starting to wind down, but still plenty going on around Phil Walsh Stadium. KQ2's Anthony Crane and Joseph Williams will bring us stories throughout the show. But first, we need to start with the remaining home schedule for 2024. Now, there are just 2 regular season games left at Phil Walsh Stadium. The squad has 4 road games this next week before a Friday night showdown with the Warren County Crop Dusters. It's the final St. Joseph Tenderloin night and Big T Tenderloin's bobblehead giveaway, with the first 250 guests receiving one of those new bobbleheads. And the Clarinda A's next Saturday night. That's Christmas in July. First 250 guests receive a Mustangs ornament, a Mustangs holiday-themed shirt with a donation to the toy drive. So 2 more regular season games before the postseason starts the following week. The Mustangs play a lot of games in just 2 short months, and sometimes they get a chance to play a unique squad. That happened Thursday night. KQ2's Joseph Williams brings us more on the U.S. military War Dogs and their traveling brand of baseball.
In the home of the
There's not much better than a summer night where you can go out, enjoy your family and friends, and watch some baseball. For veterans across the world, they lose many opportunities while serving our country, and thanks to the War Dogs, vets are able to play baseball once again.
So playing for the War Dogs means so much to me. Being able to share the field with our brothers in arms and things like that, and being able to give back to the fallen families day in and day out, to me it's absolutely incredible, and I'm so blessed to be able to have this opportunity.
Every year, the War Dogs travel across the country, and this year, they wanted to take on not only the Mustangs, but the loud and rowdy fans at Phil Walsh Stadium.
We're going to give it all we got, as we do it day in and day out. We know that when we come here, it's going to be a hostile environment. We know the competition is going to be at a high level, and we're excited to be here and put on a huge show for the fans.
Even though the War Dogs go out and compete every day, they use the opportunity to get to know new players and remember vets that are no longer here.
Definitely the brotherhood and just goofing around. Most of us didn't know each other before we came out here, and we're all, I'd lay down my life for any one of these guys now.
For their second year playing at Phil Walsh, the War Dogs appreciate the support the city of St. Joseph has given them.
It feels good to know that there's still true Americans out there that actually do care in a crazy world that we live in right now, and there's good people here.
Reporting in St. Joseph, Joseph Williams, KQ2 News.
Still ahead on the St. Joseph Mustangs Show, it's always nice to be perfect, but it's not easy to be. Later in the show, we take a look back at one Mustangs pitcher's historic outing that forever puts him in the record books. And coming up next, Anthony Crane sitting down with another Mustangs player. Stay tuned. You're watching the St. Joseph Mustangs Show right here on KQ2. Welcome back to the St. Joseph Mustangs Show. Great to be with you again this week. As we roll on, we head back out to Phil Welch Stadium. That's where KQ's Anthony Crane sat down with another guy donning the Mustangs uniform this summer.
I'm here with Darius Freeman. Darius, you helped me out a lot this year. You know, kind of do my job for me. I wanted to introduce people to you and kind of who you are. You're already a favorite, talkative guy, likable guy. So talk to us about baseball and kind of when that passion and love for that started.
For me, that started, I would say, around 8th grade, 9th grade year. We all started traveling together as a team and just staying in the hotel rooms together, just getting to know each other as individuals rather than just baseball players, getting to know each other on a friendship level and beyond that.
Now talk to me about high school towards the end of it, the recruiting process, and kind of how you ended up where you are now.
Senior year, competitive baseball. Like I said, I didn't have any offers. I had Kansas City Christian, and then I had a walk-on spot from KCK, which is what I took, and went in as a catcher, got changed to an outfielder.
You go to Northwest Ohio, correct? What was that experience like living there?
It was different. I was 10 hours away from home. I really loved it, getting to experience what life is like, not being close to people that you see every day. It took a while to get used to, but ultimately the group of guys out there, they brought me in from day one. The coaches there treated me like family, and since then it's just family.
Now, with the Mustangs, you seem to have enjoyed your summer so far. What's this experience been like for you?
It's been great playing in front of a bigger crowd. The past 2 summers I played in Ben Johnson, so really the only big crowd we had was the All-Star game at Kaufman, but everyday crowds were getting around 1,500, 2,000 people, just loyal fans cheering for us, wanting us to succeed. It's just awesome. Just can't beat it.
Well, Darius, I appreciate you taking the time to do this. You've been great this offseason, and good luck the rest of the year.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere, because the Mustangs owner, Kai Turner, is sitting down with me again this week to talk about the last regular season weekend of the summer. And it's not easy being perfect, but one Mustangs pitcher doing just that. We'll hear from Sam Pitts coming up next on the St. Joseph Mustangs Show.
The fire, ready to walk the wire, waiting for my king to come. 'Cause I just live for the game. 'Cause I just live for the game.
There are some records, milestones, accomplishments across sports that just seem out of reach, like Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game, Joe DiMaggio's hitting streak, and also in baseball, the perfect game. At any level, incredibly rare and difficult, but one Mustangs pitcher throwing one this summer.
So like the last batter, you know, everybody in the dugout knew what was going on, and see everybody run out of the dugout after that last pop-up was caught, and celebrating on the mound was super fun.
Sam Pitts went into his start last Saturday feeling pretty good, but I'm not sure he expected to be perfect.
Even during the last inning, it was kind of weird to think about, you know, if I get these last 3 outs, you know, I could do something that has never been done before.
1-2. This one popped up to first, and the play's made. Sam Pitts throws a perfect game here.
It seemed like it was a different level of dialed in. He's usually pretty locked in, though. He's one of our more guys that's like super focused in, but you could kind of just tell with him, just the way his pitches were moving, that he was very focused and very more intense about that game that was going on.
Pitts recording the first ever perfect game in Mustangs history, as the Mustangs rolled 17-0 in 7 innings against the Nevada Griffins.
You know, Sam did a great job. He attacked the batters, got a lot of strikeouts, a lot of swings and misses, a lot of weak contact, and our defense did a great job behind him, you know, making sure that it was a perfect game.
My family was here, so I had a bunch of family members here to watch, and That was probably the most special thing about it is, my family from Arizona was here to see it. And that was the only game that they've been to this year.
The Arizona native recorded a season-high 8 strikeouts, including striking out 5 of the first 9 batters he faced.
His fastball swung on and missed. The second strikeout for Sam Pitts.
My heart was racing the whole time building up to that last out, but once we got that last out, that pop fly, you can kind of see me on the game video. I just start going crazy before the ball's even caught because it's a big like stress reliever, but then also too you're also amped because he just did something that's very rarely seen in the game, so it was awesome.
The Mustangs have created several historic moments over the years, and Pitt's adding his own moment to an already great list of memories for Mustangs fans at Phil Welch Stadium.
I was just happy. I was just happy for him. I was excited and just a lot of excitement, and glad that they were able to do it in front of the home fans. It would have been cool on the road, but doing it at home is a lot better in front of these fans, and it was a pretty cool celebration on the mound after the game. So it was awesome.
Everybody was happy and happy to be here, especially for a game like that.
Again, Pitts is the first pitcher in Mustangs history to ever throw a perfect game. We're still headed to the Mustangs' 15th season, so let's take a look back at the team's 10-year anniversary here in St. Joseph. We go back in the archives to spotlight the first decade of Mustangs baseball. And team owner Kai Turner joining me again this week. Up next, he gets us ready for next weekend's regular season homestand finale. Welcome back to the St. Joseph Mustangs Show, sponsored by Alltech and First Student. It's time to sit down with the owner of the Mustangs, Kai Turner, as the season starts to wind down. Mustangs owner Kai Turner joining me again this week. Kai, a couple of more home regular season games on the schedule next Friday and Saturday, but that's it. I mean, we are winding down, some road games leading up to that, but then it's the postseason for these Mustangs.
Put it in terms that we can relate to. It's like the dessert. We've had the appetizer and the main course and some side pieces, and now we're getting to dessert.
And Kai, we've talked about it many times. Season flies by for you. I know the other 9.5 months is like anticipation, but this year, really good squad. They're in first place, sitting atop the Mink League. But what stood out to you the most so far?
It's just consistency and building upon. I think, we've tried to build the Mustangs experience to be a consistent, repeatable experience for people. And I think when people come out here, they've come to know what we're known for. And so, we can't control whether you win or lose a game, but we can control if you have a good time. And so we've had a lot of good times this summer, but we've also won a lot of games this summer too. So it just feels like opening day was yesterday, but there's a lot of things that happened this year, a lot of great things that have happened this season, and so we're not done yet. 2 regular season games left on the docket, and we're going to try and finish strong, and then bring back a hopeful 9th Mink League championship to St. Joe.
We need to go back to last Saturday, a perfect game. Sam Pitts, 7 innings of perfect baseball at that point. 17-0 win for the Mustangs. First perfect game in team history. Just what was that experience like for you watching that? And did you know the perfect game was intact? And when did you start paying attention?
It kind of reminds me of this broadcast. It's like a perfect broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
But with all due respect to Sam, that was incredible. And to be, for me, I'm kind of all over the place. So no, I wasn't really sure what was happening until it happened. I think one of our staff members who interviewed him on the air said, "Hey, that was a no-hitter," and Sam, no, that was a perfect game. That was an incredible.
Players know. It was
incredible to watch. The superstition that comes around that. You can't talk about it, but then just to see it take place. Just an incredible performance. It's hard to do that at any level, and I've never heard of one in the Mink. It was really exciting. So the level of play this year has been incredible. But then also to see a monumental feat like that was a lot of fun.
So as we look back on Sam's perfect game, and looking ahead at the next 2 weekend games.
Well, what's neat about Sam too is he's got some local family here, and so we've got some local players, a number of local players to St. Joe, but then we've also got some players who may not be local to St. Joe, but they've got a family connection to here. I know like a lot of his family was here in attendance, which was incredible. Pretty good time. If you could time pick a day to throw a perfect game, that was a good one.
Perfect day too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the family was there. Yeah? All right. Kai, let's talk about the two home games left on the regular season schedule. Some giveaway items, including a Big T bobblehead right here in front of us. Yeah, right here, this one.
Yeah, I don't want to bury the lead, but I will tell you, this bobblehead is very nice. He's got his nice cheese hands, which is, I think they taste like cheese. If you want to,
I'm not gonna
get yourself a taste. But
Nope.
he's got his Big
cheesy.
T was our new mascot for this year, and
Whose
so part
face
of the new
did you use
experience
for the molding?
Yours actually,
Oh,
and so we thought it was Yosemite Sam, but it was actually yours. You'll see the beard lines up, and so he's on a nice sesame seed bun. But thanks to our friends over at Triumph and the Convention and Visitors Bureau, this bobblehead came to life, and so to see this here is nice. This was actually designed before Big T was even here, and so that whole process has been a lot of fun. And but he's got his ketchup and mustard holster there, ready to squeeze you at any time. That's Big T. So the first 250 guests will get that.
And that's on Friday, July 19th.
Yeah, and the lead that I was talking about burying was Saturday, July 20th. That's a big game against Clarinda, and so right now it looks like we should each either have the 1 or 2 seed, Clarinda and St. Joe, and as the way things have lined up these past couple of years, Clarinda and St. Joe have been 2 of the top teams in the Mink League, and so playoffs look a little bit different this year. Where we got rid of divisions with Clarinda and St. Joe finishing at the top the past couple of years, and now with the way the playoffs have shaken up a little bit, this is what you asked for at the end of the year. We're right there in the thick of things. It's been an incredible year. I mean, we've had 2 double-digit win streaks, and then there's Clarinda, and so right behind us, and so we've got this last game on the 20th regular season. I mean, it could mean a lot, and so it'll be fun to see all of Mustangs Nation out there finishing the regular season, hopefully on a high note. But then, of course, we come back the following week with the playoffs.
Kai, thanks for coming on this week. Still ahead, we go back in time with the KQ2 Archives to look back at the 10-year anniversary of the St. Joseph Mustangs here in town. Stay tuned. Welcome back. The Mustangs enjoying a lot of success this season in their 15th year in town. But let's go back in the vault to see how the Mustangs felt after 10 years of summer nights at Phil Welch Stadium.
Tens of thousands of fans over 10 seasons of baseball. It's now a decade of success for the St. Joseph Mustangs.
I never thought in terms of just how big a deal we would be in the fabric of St. Joe.
The Mustangs have become a dynasty, both on and off the field.
We didn't know what we were getting into, but we did have a plan. I can tell you Dan always wanted to do things the right way.
After several attempts to field a team in St. Joseph over the decades, many felt the 79-year-old Phil Welch Stadium needed a new home team. After all, legends like Satchel Paige, Yogi Berra, Stan Musial, and Mickey Mantle all took the field in Phil Welch.
I just really felt the first time I saw Phil Welch that it could be a really great place to watch a game. It was about a 2-year process before we played our first game to get the whole to get everything going in motion.
Finally, the team played its first game on May 28, 2009, and the Mustangs were born.
Not a lot of coaches have an opportunity to build a program from scratch and get it to a very high level.
Local players combined with talent from all over the country, along with a family-friendly environment, was the perfect recipe for success.
I had conversations with people. They said, you'll average 600 a game at best. And I'd be like, no, I really think we can average 1,500 a game.
Disney World or Disneyland is a long drive for people to go to or expensive trip. And so my job is to kind of, I want people to be able to escape, have some fun. And the question is, how do you do that? And it's not an easy answer, and it's something that's always evolving, but it's always something that's at the forefront of our mind.
And 10 years after the start, the team has seen one of their players from the first year back in 2009 become the team's manager in the organization's 10th year in Johnny Coy.
I love St. Joe, and I enjoy every time I'm out here at Phil Welch. And I was super excited, and I know the fans were excited.
So the Mustangs will head into their second decade next spring, making more memories for the fans, players, and everyone who's associated with the team.
It was definitely something I would never trade. It was one of the greatest experiences I've ever had.
It's always great to look back in the vault, especially at the 10-year anniversary of the Mustangs, and hard to believe now they're in year 15, and if you talk to anybody with the organization, they're not going anywhere anytime soon. But that will do it for this week's edition of the St. Joseph Mustangs Show. A special shout out to our sponsors, Alltech and First Student, as well as everybody here at KQ2. I'm Chris Roush saying so long until next weekend.